Good morning. I'm Vince Lancy, and in today's market rundown, we're going to talk about what happened, why is this happening, and what can we expect. We'll also explore a premium report from an important Swiss bank, and then we'll look at some market driving news. First, let's check the markets. The dollar is up 19 at 103.57, reversing some of yesterday's sell-off. Bond yields are slightly lower, trading at 422. The stock market, the S&P 500 is 52.47, up 13, continuing yesterday's run. The VIX is down again, continuing its sell-off post FOMC. Gold is trading 2207, was as high as 2222 last night, up $21, reasserting itself after the FOMC. Silver giving back 14 cents after a torrid run yesterday, 25.42. Copper is trading 405, down 1.6667 cents. Bitcoin is down a little over percent, down 814, trading 67,000 after having, I think, a 9, maybe a 10% move yesterday. Ethereum is 35.31. It's being supported by talk of its own ETF. Don't worry about that right now. Palladium is down 13 at 1,008. Platinum is up 4 and change at 912. WTI is down 67 at 81.16, and natural gas is trading 166.8, down a penny and 4 tenths. Grains are all a little bit firmer. Soybeans right under the teens. We like to say beans in the teens when it happens. Corn is 433 and wheat is 552. All right. What is going on? Well, these are the stories on GoldFix today. The one front and center there, gold breaks 2220, new all-time highs in Asia. That is a report it's open to all. That report is a combination of what happened yesterday and what happened last night afterwards. So we're going to synopsize that, but you can go to that and you can see some more details. But we want to touch on that right now. Okay, some very quick housekeeping. New monthly subscription rates will be increasing very shortly. Everyone else remains grandfathered in at the rate they signed up. Annual plans will not change. Bretton Woods 3 is a process, not an event, and it's happening right in front of us. Here's a quote, a combination quote from Chris Marcus and myself yesterday. We were talking about the gold being confiscated out of GLD and SLV, and I made a comment like, what are we going to do when we run out of gold to repurpose? And he said, well, Powell's going to put us back on the silver standard, which is hilarious, and to an extent, it's probably going to happen. All right. So let's get to the main events here. Today, what happened at the FOMC yesterday to cause gold to rally? All right, now I have, as I said, there's the whole write-up on that, but I'll give you the summary. Powell's rate decision and all the information that came out with it was hawkish, was slightly hawkish. But the markets ignored that. All the markets ignored it. Stocks went up, gold went up, silver went up. And then they kind of paused. And then the press conference started. I told you, I warned you about the press conferences. They can be a wild card. Well, his tone during the press conference was incredibly mild, incredibly dovish. So when people asked him questions, should we be worried about more hawkishness? He's like, basically, nah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So the market's just ripped. And I'll pull the charts up on that in a second. So that's what happened. Now, the market's closed. So gold was strong, up, a little over percent, but still within that range, still trading, I don't know, 22, 22, listen to me, 2160, getting as high as 2180 in that range. And then the market closed, and I was like, okay, we're still in the range, high end of the range, but still in the range, and then the market reopens, and boom, trades 22.22, backing off, as you can see right there, trading 22.07. Silver, despite having a big rally, I mean, silver's on fire now, okay? So I'm not going to pour any water on this. This little sell-off here you're looking at, that's the game. That's the game. When you want to keep a little on gold and you need to buy gold, you put your foot on silver's neck for a little bit. Don't worry about it. This is a beach ball now. This is, If gold keeps going up, silver will follow. They're going to have to cover their silver sometime. Anyway, okay, so that's what happened in the Fed yesterday. Let me put up a chart or two on that note. I think I can go right here, right? Yeah. So there's the whole story. And here's what happened in silver, right? Up and down. That's what happened when the Fed presser, before the Fed presser. So it's like the market interpreted it as dovish, kind of weird, right? And then the market said, "Oh no, this is bearish," and it went back to being up but not up a lot. And then the presser started, and it was like boom, silver just took off, right? All right. Gold doesn't look as good on scale because of this here, right? Gold, same idea, up on the announcement, down as the market was like, wait a minute, this isn't really bullish. And then the presser starts. Now, the reason this looks smaller than the silver move, well, the silver move is bigger, but this little area here, at 6 p.m. it reopens and the market just explodes higher. That's a 5-minute chart. The 1-minute chart is a $27 move in gold. It's ridiculous. I think somebody probably got blown out and covered shorts, but we'll find out soon enough. Well, maybe we won't find out. Okay, so what's next? Oh, let me go to the market, not the market news, but the commentary. So here's an excerpt from the premium. There's a bank called, I'm not sure how to pronounce Swiss, but they're a canton bank, right? So cantons are like states or regions, and they're very important. It's a federalist concept. They have a report out, and we'll talk about who they are in a second. Right? Here's what it says. The price of gold has recently risen sharply, driven by speculative buying. This will temporarily dampen gold purchases by central banks, which means demand potential for significantly higher prices does not exist for the time being. Pretty interesting that they would say that. Central banks don't chase, is what they're saying. There's a chart there, China and Poland's expanding gold reserves. Next, the underlying demand for gold, however, is stronger than previously assumed. The price of gold will therefore probably be even higher in 12 months' time. Who is this bank? It's like Canton Bank of Zurich, I think. They are the biggest cantonal bank in Switzerland and one of the biggest Swiss banks in general. They are the leader in universal banking business in the greater Zurich area. When you hear the word universal banking, think global money. That's what that means. All right, so the rest of that is at the bottom. It's very good. And anyway, it's nice to see a bank that deals in individuals, not pull punches and not froth it up a little bit. Market news, moving to the market news. Neuralink is now talking about and demonstrating a chip in a person's brain as being cool. And, he's playing games with it, and he's, the speed of thought. You can read that. Just down the road, this will come to challenge everything we believe about reality. Sounds crazy, right? Well, what goes in the brain can come out of the brain. DARPA is already doing this. Okay, this is a remote control on humans. It's also amazingly potential in the right hands. Intel will receive $8.5 billion in direct funding and $11 billion in loans from the U.S. government to expand its capacity to make high-end chips as it seeks to reinvent itself as a national champion in the sector and compete with the likes of Taiwan's TSMC and South Korea's Samsung. Boom. That's the United States nationalizing a key industry. Okay? That's how the West nationalizes. We give you money, there are strings attached to it. I'm not being cynical, that's how it works. We need to protect this industry. We can't rely on other industries. And, we're probably going to have to give Taiwan back to China eventually. That's how it works. The Justice Department is poised to sue Apple as soon as Thursday. Sacred cows are now being attacked. This is a lack of trust. It's all about trust now. Boeing has warned that it will burn more cash in the first quarter than previously expected because their planes keep falling apart. Well, there you go. Same idea. Okay. A quick final word. What is really going on here? What is happening? Why is gold relentlessly climbing? Why is silver now possibly catching fire? Why is Bitcoin, besides the ETF, resilient in its march upward? It's one word. It's trust. The world doesn't trust itself anymore. And when it doesn't trust itself, there's no future. And if there's no futures in markets, there's only collateral. There's only good unencumbered collateral. There's only real money. There's only things that don't have debt attached to them or the ability to be fabricated or manipulated by humanity. And that's gold and silver. Now, Bitcoin may be in that category, but we're not going to talk about that now, except to say that let's assume that it's as good as gold. I'm not going to debate that with you, but I want you to assume that for the moment. Even if it is, they can't use it. It's privately created. Okay. Central banks don't all own it. Gold is truly the only objective money in the world. It's not made by man. Anyway, I'm Vince. Have a great day.